in my bar.
You had a match in Perth just a couple of years later where you picked up your 100th wicket against England. It was Mike Brearley, and you also had a little confrontation with him out in the centre there.
Was that the aluminium bat?
That's exactly the one I meant.
I thought you'd bring that up too. Yeah, the test was held up because of it. The amazing thing about it was that I'd gone through the right channels and asked if I could use the bat. And the answer I got through the official channels was, there's no reason why you can't use the bat, because it doesn't state in there a bat having to be wood or anything like that. So I was officially getting the okay without them actually saying, yes, do use it. So I used it in the first test against the West Indies, because in those days, or that particular series, we played West Indies, England, West Indies, England, right the way through, 3 tests each. Nothing was said in Brisbane, except all the players just about hit the ground laughing when I hit the first ball with the clank. But in Perth, it was all held up and stopped and not allowed to use it, and replaced the bat with a wooden one, and then the rules were changed. So, yeah, there was a bit of a problem with an aluminium bat in Perth.
I seem to remember you said clank. My memory is it was more of a clunk.
Well, it depends on what tensile of aluminium you have in there, Rich.
At any rate, just on the aluminium bat, it hasn't taken off, as one would say, but it did produce, at least at Lord's, the stricture that bats in future had to be made out of wood rather than any other materials, plastic and aluminium or tin or whatever.
Sure, it changed the rules. In fact, I think I was responsible for another rule being changed when I had that bout of sickness in England. I had the double pneumonia and came back from that, and I had to change my shirts all the time to stop getting the sort of the cold back through in and rekindle the problem. So I don't think the MCC were too pleased with those couple of changes, but those things, I suppose, are part of Test cricket.
With all those rule changes, you could be on your way to becoming an administrator.
I doubt it, Rich.
All right, 1979-80, Australia against England, the 3rd test in Melbourne, 11 wickets in the match.
Young man. David Gower has gone LBW. And he's gone without scoring. So Lillee has struck again. His 2nd wicket. Botham has gone for 8. This time he's out. Played on. A magnificent piece of bowling by Dennis Lillee this morning. Moving the ball off the seam and Taylor departs. A good innings from Bobby Taylor, out for 23 in England, 7 for 238. And that's out, fumbled and caught by Ian Chappell, not getting the ball cleanly, but keeping composed and hugging it to his body, and Underwood is out to a magnificent bowl by Dennis Lillee. So they finish up with a short point and a short square, silly point and silly mid-on. And well bowled. Yes, that is a con trick. A lovely piece of thinking there by Dennis Lillee. It's his 200th wicket in Test cricket. And congratulations from all out there. A great fast bowler, and he's turned in a splendid effort here today at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. 200 Test match wickets for Dennis Lillee. And Dennis Lillee takes 6 wickets, but Greg Chappell made that catch look easy. It went like a bullet, and he thrust out his left hand and took a magnificent catch. And Mills is out, caught Greg Chappell, bowled Lillee. Well, that's the one. Now that really was a fine piece of bowling. because Lillee has been bowling leg cutters to Boycott and Gooch, and he brought that one back sharply from the off. And he's a great thinker. Oh, and he's bowled! He's bowled David Gower. Loose shot, the pull shot was never on.
He's out, caught down the leg side. Fine catch by Marsh. England are 4 down as Peter Willie goes. And that's in the air, an easy catch, terrible shot by Taylor. Catches him, and Taylor is out, caught by Border off Lillee for 32, 6, 7 now for 178. And that's out, brilliantly taken by Rod Marsh. Dennis Lillee's 5th wicket.
6 for 60 and 5 for 78. You took 181 wickets in the 1970s, which in itself is a pretty good performance, and 102 of those were against England. Apart from the fact that you got 10 wickets in the match, it was one of the 4 occasions where you took 10 in Melbourne. Now, you never got 10 in Perth on your own ground, but you did it twice at the Oval and once in Auckland. Did you like Melbourne?
I think it gets back to what I was talking about before, earlier on, and that was that often, if you bowl on wickets that are very helpful, you tend to mentally just relax a little bit and expect it to happen. Whereas whenever you go to Melbourne, which is, you know, notoriously, or has been notoriously a dead wicket over the years, a very good wicket to play cricket on, quite flat, or Adelaide, then you tend to know you're in for a really hard match and you're going to have to bowl super well to get results. And I think you just try, it's not so much try that much more harder, or much harder, but you concentrate, I think, a lot more knowing it's going to be very hard. But if you put the effort in, you will get results in those, on those wickets.
23 wickets in 3 test matches there, and that included your 200th test wicket. You went past your grey-haired correspondent at Ron, but that was your 200th select band there, and that success didn't keep on going, did it? Because you went to Pakistan.
Yeah, and an incredible thing it was. I felt at that stage I was probably bowling as well as at any stage in my career. And then there was a tour to Pakistan on the way to the Centenary Test. And having got 20-odd wickets in 3 tests against England, all of a sudden I struggled to get 3 wickets in 3 tests against Pakistan. And they were in the last test anyway. And I can remember bowling to poor Bruce Laird, who couldn't get a run on the tour. And here's me, not being able to get a wicket, bowling to him in a practice session at the back at Faisalabad during the test. And I finally beat Bruce with 1, and it hit the off stump. But Bruce said you couldn't count that, he said, because A, it wasn't in the game, and B, because I hadn't had a test wicket at that stage on the tour. And B, he said it came off so slow it wouldn't have even knocked the bail off.